Deputy Clare Daly.
Thanks, Concorla. It's no secret that the HSE is an incredibly dysfunctional organisation. This House has been subjected to having to listen to some of the most horrendous stories and accounts of how citizens and vulnerable people are being let down by this government, and the most appalling decisions to support refusals of medical cards. And the Taoiseach told us earlier that this was completely unacceptable. But of course there are so many of them, and in instances where we know that the condition is either terminal or incurable, that there has to be some more fundamental problem. And I'm wondering, could the Minister enlighten us as to maybe one of the reasons is that this is in part a consequence of the public sector recruitment embargo and the fact that you have outsourced much of the function in relation to reviewing and assessing medical cards. And I wonder, could you comment on the fact that is it the case that a German company called Arvato are actually the crowd who now review the medical card situation, that they have no training at all, no backup in the HSE or Community Welfare Office, no Garda clearance, on temporary contracts, on minimum wage, and without any knowledge of our health situation, and that maybe, and they have just replaced another private company who did a similar job. And maybe that's one of the reasons why we're getting the most bizarre judgments and decisions being made, because the people charged with making those decisions haven't been given the proper training, wages and conditions, and it really is a consequence of a bigger picture. Of course, the other reason is the change in policy that this government has brought in and the damage that that is wreaking on families. And I too want to give an account of a young girl in my own area, a 7-year-old girl who has infantile scoliosis. That child has had medical treatment since the time she was born, plaster of Paris, back operations. The family had a medical card since 2009, and in 2013 the medical card was taken from them on the basis, even though their outgoings had increased, on the basis that they were over the limit. And they did everything, even though her medical condition was worsening, and the amounts of money that that family had to pay out, despite going everywhere, they were consistently refused that treatment and like that access to that card, and they only wanted it for that child. And the problem here, you see, is that you have taxpayers and citizens going out, working, paying all of the levies that are imposed on them, and when they need help, they're not getting any support. And I think it's completely cruel. I think it's almost incredible that a Labour Party would be in government while this is ongoing.